What is up, y'all? It's AJ with The Art of Fighting, and today I'm going to go over something very important that's just not talked about enough. Breath work. All right, so I'm going to go over how to breathe when you're throwing strikes, your punches, your kicks, your elbows, your knees. Okay? There is a science to it. You're probably like, dude, I breathe. Yeah, I hope so, or else you're a zombie. But you need to know how to breathe the right way. Okay? So if you've ever worked out kind of seriously for a sport or something, anyone will tell you when you're pressing something, let's just take bench press for example. When you're pressing, you're breathing out. What that does is help the power. It helps the release of that tension, all right? So what we're going to go over are the 3 things that breathing can help you with, and then I'm going to demonstrate actually how to tie that in to your punches, okay? So first thing breathing will help you with is your cadence. All right, so a lot of times when you're striking, it's your rhythm, all right? So just helps you get on that kind of tempo. In any pretty much sport you do, when you run, you get that rhythm with your breath. In yoga, they always tell you to breathe through the stretches. It's all across sports, guys. So really you got to focus on breathing, tying your breathing to your punches, and it helps you get on a cadence. Second thing that will help is your cardio. If you breathe, it's going to force you to get oxygen into your lungs and expel all the bad stuff, the carbon dioxide or whatever it is. So when you're breathing, or when you're fighting, a lot of times there's tense moments. In those tense moments when you're shelling up, maybe you're on defense or you're retreating, you stop breathing, you hold your breath. That's the last thing you want to do when you're in a fight, right? Because if oxygen isn't pumping to those muscles are going to fill up with lactic acid, your arms are going to drop, and you're not going to be able to get them back up again. And that's a terrifying place to be in a fight. It's the worst place to be in a fight. If your cardio's gone, that's scarier than getting hit hard. Trust me. So the third thing that I want to say is, the third thing that breathing is going to help you with is your power, lastly. So why do you think at the end of that bench press, you breathe out everything? Because it allows you to get that extra power. It's a pushing motion. Like in your system, you're pushing. And as you push, that helps exert energy. Why in any crazy situation where you need to move something, why do you think people yell? Ah! Because you're breathing out. You're pushing energy out, okay? So again, the 3 things: your cadence, your cardio, and it's going to help with your power. Now let's take to the bag and actually, let me show you how this practically works, okay, when you're throwing punches. What I always tell guys is when you make contact with the bag, that's when you should breathe out, okay? So you're breathing normally, and then when you go to punch, right when my knuckles hit the bag, that's when I want a little burst of air out. All right, so practice that, just tying your punches to your breath. Once you feel comfortable with that, then you start tying your breath to your combos. Now, every single time you punch, that doesn't mean you have to breathe back in. It's all about the force out. So as long as you have oxygen stored up, keep using it, okay? So when you're throwing a combo, it's not like you're like, no, you just expel the air out. So let's throw a jab, cross, lead, hook. Right? It's coming out at a steady, not, okay? Let's throw 4 uppercuts. You get it? And again, it's right when my knuckles are hitting the bag. That's how you can kind of get to it. And then when you're disengaging, you can breathe a little more regularly, all right? Again, in through the nose. You can go out through the mouth. And some actually people will say not out through the mouth because you want to keep this jaw tight, because you're less susceptible to knockouts. I think that may just be more of a theory, but it's a good, usually you can tell your opponent's tired when they start breathing through their mouth. They drop that jaw. It's like, oh, dude, I got you. Now I start pouring the pressure on. So it even just helps with your composure, just to just breathe through the nose, or if you are gonna breathe through the mouth, just very lightly. Not big jaw drops, all right? So last thing you wanna do is, that just is a telltale sign that you're tired and your opponent's gonna pour on the pressure. All right, I hope that is helpful. Really start practicing this. And when I'm in the gym and I'm around other people, you know, sometimes I'll do a little, but when I'm attacking the bag or I'm around some fellow martial artists, I mean, get loud with it. Exert that energy, just like, you know, the mother who's lifting up the car to get her child, you're gonna scream, you know, so you can, that's really big in like Taekwondo, they call it the bark. But really all it is you're exerting that energy out, you're breathing. All right, so practice it. It's gonna take some practice, and honestly, you're gonna feel awkward. You're gonna feel weird. You're gonna feel like a poser, or whatever you wanna call it when you first start. But it's the right way to do things. So just do it. Don't care what other people think. You're here, you're developing yourself. You're not trying to develop the person next to you. They have their own journey, they have their own situation going on. All right, so do what's best for you, and breathing while you strike is definitely the best thing to do. All right, thanks for watching this video. Comment, like, subscribe, do that thing, and we'll see you next time.